Hello, everyone. My name is Miranda Poeun, and I am Grandpa's favorite granddaughter. and when I was thinking about what I was going to say up here, I had a really hard time. So I decided to write a letter to my grandpa because I felt like it was easier for me to think of things to say if I were thinking about what I would say to him now. And please excuse me, I am battling a cold thanks to my children. They knew I was going to be doing some public speaking, so they decided to give me that gift from the bottom of their hearts. Okay, so here it goes. Dear Grandpa, your chair is empty, and I can feel your loss anytime I see it. Some days it's okay, and some days it's hard. I can feel your presence gone in this world, but I know you're home, and that gives me comfort. I want to tell you that Grandma is doing well, and she's being taken care of. That was always your priority, and why you hung on so long. You wanted to be there as long as possible for her, and you did just that. Even when you were miserable, and you didn't want to keep going to dialysis, or you were having a bad day, you would remember your why, and you'd push through for Grandma. I respected you so much for that. Your devotion to Grandma and being there for her. I loved when you'd call her darling. I'm not a big fan of pet names, but yours for Grandma was my exception. I loved coming to visit you and Grandma in Pace every year when I was a kid. I was oddly attached to the smell of your house. Emily now tells me it was mothballs, but I loved the smell. I loved eating eggs and grits every morning. You taught me the magic of mixing the eggs and grits together, and that's still how I eat them today. I loved riding in the back of your truck, the cat's meow, to the beach with Emily and Joey most of the time. We would have to lay down flat the whole way there so we wouldn't get pulled over by the police. I'd say that this may have been when my propensity to be a rebel kicked in. I loved your sausage you'd make after hunting deer. I still believe it is the best to this day. I will never forget walking into your barn to find you carving up a deer to make some. I thought you were so cool, and also I was a little grossed out. I loved hearing the tune you'd whistle under your breath when you'd be working on something. It was the same tune every time, and I can still hear it in my head. I did not love the taxidermy squirrel that hung in your guest room that I'd, for some reason, always have to sleep in, even though I was deathly afraid of it. All the cousins know what this taxidermied squirrel is. I never got the story behind why you had that. It must have been a good one to have this thing of my nightmares displayed on your wall. I wish I had asked. I miss how you'd playfully squeeze my thumb and get a kick out of my reaction. I'd always make it extra dramatic because I know you loved that. When I was considering moving to Jacksonville 13 years ago, knowing I'd be near you and Grandma was part of my decision. I loved getting to see you guys almost every week. I remember praying to God that you and Grandma would one day be able to meet whomever I married. When I did get married, you became the grandpa that Jason never had. That's just who you were. You'd become a dad or a grandpa to anyone who needed one. I can't tell you how much it meant to me when you tell me how impressed and proud of you were of the man that I married. That was so special and important to me and to Jason to have your approval. When that prayer was answered, I thought I would test my luck and start praying that you guys would be able to meet my kids one day. It was really important that Grandpa was a part of the big things in my life, Grandpa and Grandma. In 2021, that prayer was answered. I remember coming to tell you both times I was pregnant and asking you to keep it a secret, and it was never kept a secret, thanks to Grandma and Mom. Your reaction video is one of my favorites to rewatch. Seeing you love and have a relationship with my kids was a highlight of my life. You were the best Gigi Pa. That's what my kids would call him, Gigi Pa and Gigi Ma. So attentive and caring and silly with them. You were always happy to see them. You'd come sit outside just to watch them play. The day before you passed, you were having a really rough couple of days. You were struggling to remember where you were and having a hard time remembering, or you were having a hard time getting out of bed. But as soon as my kids ran into your room, you smiled and you were so happy to see them. That was a memory that I will cherish forever. I'm so grateful I got so much time with you. So many happy memories I will cherish for the rest of my life. I felt so special to you. I felt loved by you. And I hope you felt the same from me. I love you, Grandpa. Until we see each other again, Miranda. Thank you.